Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a really interesting comparison to Linux gaming OSs, Nobara and CachyOS. And there's this great metaphor that came up right away. Choosing between them is like picking either a really comfortable gaming couch or, a Formula One race car.
It really is. And that kind of sets up what we need to do here. Both of these systems solve that classic Linux problem, right? Getting games running without tons of fiddling.
Right.
But they go about it in completely opposite ways. So we need to unpack the trade-offs, figure out what you actually get and what you might give up with each one.
Okay, let's start with the couch then, Nobara. This one feels like it's all about convenience. It's based on Fedora and actually maintained by Glorious Eggroll.
Yeah, the same person behind Proton GE.
Yeah.
And Nobara's whole philosophy is, well, no terminal wizardry, as they put it. It's meant to be easy from the get-go.
So how does it actually do that? Like, what makes it easier than standard Fedora?
Well, a normal Fedora setup, you often spend, hours finding codecs, getting Steam working right, Lutris, NVIDIA drivers.
Yeah.
It can be a pain.
Mm-hmm.
Nobara just includes all that stuff. It's all baked in from day one. So it sort of removes that whole initial setup headache. It aims for a plug-and-play feel.
And that user experience difference sounds significant. I saw notes that it uses the Calamaris installer, not the usual Fedora one.
Exactly. Calamaris is graphical, much more straightforward, point and click.
Yeah.
Makes the install maybe, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Instead of potentially wrestling with options.
Yeah, much quicker. And small things too, right? Like Netflix just working without you having to hunt down DRM components.
Right. Those little friction points are smoothed over. It's really aimed at making things familiar, especially for people maybe coming over from Windows, the Windows refugees.
Okay, so the trade-off is clearly convenience. Nobara is saying, let's make this easy, potentially sacrificing some raw speed.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It prioritizes that smooth, easy experience over squeezing out every last drop of theoretical performance. It's about getting you gaming without the fuss.
But hang on, how much speed are we really talking about giving up? Is it noticeable in games or more theoretical?
Well, that brings us perfectly to the other side of the coin. CachyOS, the Formula One car.
Okay.
This one is Arch-based, and its entire reason for existing is performance, an almost obsessive focus on speed. It kind of assumes you're okay with getting your hands dirty.
So not just standard Arch speed, but something more? How are they pushing it further?
It's about really aggressive optimization. They compile pretty much everything using specialized instructions, compiler flags, that tell the CPU to prioritize raw speed over, say, maximum compatibility or generality.
Interesting.
They offer CPU-specific builds, tweak things at the kernel level constantly. It's all geared towards making everything faster. And you do notice it. Boot times, apps launching, even web browsing feels, snappier.
But the F1 car needs an expert driver, right?
Right.
The installation was described as kind of intimidating.
Oh, yeah. It assumes you know your way around Linux.
Yeah.
The installer throws a lot of choices at you, different kernels, desktop environments, all sorts of tuning options.
Yeah.
Not for beginners.
Right, definitely a steeper learning curve.
And you have to be comfortable with Arch-style maintenance. Updates are very frequent. Some reviews mention maybe too frequent if you want absolute rock-solid stability day in, day out.
So CachyOS is basically saying, let's make this fast, and you deal with the consequences.
Pretty much. Speed is king. Stability, while generally good for Arch, might take a backseat to the absolute cutting edge.
Okay, so wrapping this up for you listening.
Yeah.
We have two successful but very different approaches here. Nobara gives you that polished, easy-to-use system, great if you just want a game without hassle.
Mm-hmm. The comfy couch.
While CachyOS offers genuinely faster performance, but you need to be comfortable with managing an Arch-based system and doing regular maintenance, the F1 car experience.
Your choice really boils down to that. Do you value the convenience and ease of use more, or are you willing to put in the work for maximum speed?
Yeah, it's a classic trade-off.
And that actually leads to a final thought for you to chew on. Given CachyOS's focus on aggressive, constant optimization pushing the limits for today's performance, how might that ongoing drive for speed potentially conflict with long-term system reliability? Especially when you throw things like proprietary graphics drivers into the mix, which often expect a more stable, predictable environment.
Interesting point. That tension between bleeding-edge performance and long-term stability. Something to definitely consider.